before they shipped them out.
Really?
Yeah,
Man, that's crazy.
yeah.
But I think they're saying was second to none.
Second to none. It's been, they told us the history over there too. See, when Roy and I went over, now, when I first went over, I got on the boat, the Queen Mary. Well, they had a wonderful theater,
Mm-hmm.
and Bob Hope was there, and a woman and her daughter. What the heck was her name? Singers. And they put on a wonderful show all the way over I think it took us about 7 days to go over.
Bob Hope was on your ship?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He talked to a lot of us.
Hmm.
Yeah. And, I know these women.
Was Lana Turner in that time?
She wasn't on the boat then,
No.
but they put on a wonderful show. I mean, there, and of course I don't care who it was or that he might be Colonel or Patton or who it was. He's not any better than me. If you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to. I talk to them all, you know. And I met a lot of well-known people. I didn't.
You ever get to meet Eisenhower?
Yeah. I didn't get to talk to him though. I didn't. I know you might not believe it. Most of the men that was with me, they hated him.
Really?
Really hated him. Yeah. And he came out in a command car, a nice hill, and it was clean, like pasture and that, you know. He came out there, and we had word that Eisenhower was going to visit us. Well, all the other officers and that visited us drove right up where we was. No, he was out there about a half a mile out there, and they gave us glasses to see him. So we wondered what's going on, see. Well, we was all passing the glasses around all the time, and here he had a English secretary, and one of the guys said he reached over and gave her a kiss on the cheek while we was all talking, see. And then some of the guys hollered, "Does Mimi know that?" it just kept going like that, you know. And I guess at that time, the Stars and Stripes had something in about Mimi and Ike, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was, but he did visit us before him and another high-ranking officer, but we didn't get to go up and shake hands with him or anything like that. No, it's one of the well-known officers.
Bradley.
I was going to say that. This just don't sound like it was. It would be
It would have been an Army guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my mind's slipping. I had it in my head. I had a guy. Was he a general?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever meet or see Montgomery?
Oh yeah, yeah. He played pulled a fast one on us. He was already set up in. See, we were supposed to go to Belgium. He was already set up in a big, what they call it was a square. I forget what they called it then. Cobblestone streets and everything, you know. And they probably was. They could have been 30 to 50 houses in this square.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had guards out at the entrance, and we went up and we thought maybe we had to clean this place out. Well, the guards, we was talking to them, and they talked like they didn't take the marbles out of their mouth. We couldn't understand them. But his headquarters was in this place. We go in, we start to clean the houses out, and they already been cleaned out. There was English ones in there.
Oh, really?
English in there, see. But we were supposed to meet there.
Take
Okay.
it together? You were supposed to take the town together?
No, not that town, it had already been taken over. We were supposed to meet there.
Oh, okay.
And then we left there, and then we started taking them. And
So that's when you were with him before the Battle of the Bulge? Was that for the Battle of the Bulge then?
that was before Battle of Bulge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been before.
Yeah. But we went to another square just about like that and cleaned it out, which, in fact, we didn't even get a German soldier. We didn't get a German soldier out of it. You know, a lot of those guys, they didn't know whether we'd kill them or not, see. They was word around. They'd get out of there. I mean, if I seen them go, let them go. I mean, heck, they didn't want the war anyway, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to this first one, and that's where we got, the woman gave us a drink of milk. And they didn't have refrigerators back them days. They had ice boxes, you know. Roy had a different stomach, you know, but he was a farmer and he liked milk. And we got this woman calmed down, and she kept motioning if we wanted to drink, you know. I said, yeah. So she got a saucer bowl and poured milk in it, and I gives it to Roy, and Roy, he started drinking it before I started drinking mine, but I took a taste of it, and it was sour, but it wasn't clabbered. But by that time I looked over there, and it was too late. Roy had swallowed it. Oh, he got sick, man, he got sick. He didn't care whether we cleared out another house or not.
Oh, man.
But
Oh, man. Well, it's a lot of great memories.
yeah,
Very tough, too.
yeah.
A lot of tough memories.
We talked to Montgomery, and he heard me say if you take the marbles out of his mouth, we could understand him. Because one of the guys said, you shouldn't have said that in front of the general, see. And I said, well, he don't care. If he'd have cared, he'd have said something to me, you know. But an old soldier told me, he said, keep in mind, He said if it gets too dangerous for you, you can always get court-martialed. See? And most court-martials maybe be for 6 months. And he said whatever you're doing might be over with, see? So for me, I think that's the only remedy out of everything in the war. See?
Hmm.
So I didn't get court-martialed, but
You were willing to be.
I was willing to, yeah.
It changed your attitude, so you didn't feel like you were without hope.
Yep. But it's like you and I, to start with, that we wasn't in the soldier line, see, I mean, it was new to us, but if you're there for 1 or 2 years, you get accustomed to it, and I can see why some of these guys wanted to put 20 years in.
But I do have a question about that. If you were willing to get court-martialed before you got injured, well, now you've got a free pass. You go home. Why didn't you go home?
Well, I was young.
You were young
And
before you got injured, too.
the way I see what I said, I wanted to see Berlin, London, like that, and I made up my mind I was going to. Now,
You mean to tell me you stayed without pay just to see Paris and
I didn't think about that at all. See, I didn't think about at that time, after I was wounded and in this here replacement depot, I didn't think about being AWOL or nothing. It didn't come to me. I didn't realize that till after I got back to my company. I didn't realize that what I had done, see, because
that's the only reason why you went back, is to see the cities?
yeah, I wanted to see the cities, and if I milked the cows for my father, see, my other brothers and that, they didn't want nothing to do with the milking and this and that. I had a lot of brothers. Well, if I go back home, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be milking cows.
He was
So
20.
that had a lot to do with it right there.
Really?
Yeah, it did. I told everybody I'm not going back and milk cows. I'm not ready to milk cows. Well, I didn't till 1950.
So you got a 5-year break, 6-year break.
And I got in the dairy business.
Oh, you did. So you ended up milking cows anyway.
Yep.
No way around it.
I got out of it too, but that's the reason I didn't want to go home right there, see. I mean, I wasn't going to milk.
That's amazing.
But
And then you said something before about you thought the worst of the war was over.
oh yes, you know, the hedgerows in the first 2 or 3 months was the worst. Now, I bet we lost most of our men the first month or so. Now, the 2nd Division that I know of, the record is they have 11 men for every replacement. If there was 1,000 men in this bunch, they had 11,000 other men replaced, see? And that broke a record, and I think it's still a record, they said. I heard that someplace. And that's a lot of men. I mean,
It is.
yeah,
It's a lot of men.
a lot of men. but
5 minutes. Well, it looks like our time is almost up here,
time okay.
and thank you very much for coming in and sharing your story with us.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
Well, we're honored
Thank you too.
honored that you would come in and do it, and
Yeah,
appreciate what you did and your generation did for us.
yeah.
We may have to call you back up to go fight again to teach these guys a little bit about right and wrong and standing up for what you believe in.
I can't believe our army's not fighting like we did. Just, well, they got trouble now. We know that in the news the last couple of days.
Yep.
Why didn't they go in there and when we got done over the war, all these here uh, colonel or generals and that met and other people, and they made United Nations, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understood United Nations wasn't going to let this happen like Hitler did, see?
Mm-hmm.
No more of that. But now I understand United Nations was formed just to watch,
Mm-hmm.
see?
Yeah, you can't keep the peace without killing somebody.
Yep.
That's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And we're in trouble with Iran right now, and Russia's building back up.
Yep, it's starting the World War III.
Well, I'm glad you made it through, and I'm glad that you took the time and came in and told
Yeah.
us about it.
Yep.
You wanna cut it off?
Thank you.